The Caucasus are the highest, most imposing and severe mountains of Europe. The sleeping volcano Elbrus is the highest point of Europe. Local residents call this mountain Mengitao, which means an eternal mountain of perception and wisdom. Since the 60s of the last century, the great beauty of Balkansky Gorge attracted tourists, climbers and mountain skiers. But till now, only 15% of available resources of this fantastic region is being used. The development of the Priэльбруссье region can follow two parallel development directions. The first direction means renovation of the existing tourist zone located in the high country area near the settlements of Azau, Tegenekli, Elbrus, and the second one, the creation of the development of a new zone downstream the Baksan River in the area around the settlements of Biloy and the city of Tırnavuz. The highlands area of Mounts Elbrus and Şeget is well known for its very steep slopes. The ascent starts at the height of 4,200 meters from the highest accessible point of Elbrus, Priut 11, and comes to an end of a height of 2,200 meters above the sea level. Elbrus and Şeget slopes can be attractive both to skilled skiers and professional sportsmen. There aren't many convenient places in the Elbrus and Şeget slopes for those who have just started to master alpine skiing. The upland part is located in the territory of a national park and is a nature protection zone, therefore construction here can be carried out only within a limited volume. The development concept of a high mountain zone assumes modernization of the existing hotel complexes, replacement of the existing network of cable chairlifts and setting up safety systems on the slopes and series of preventive anti-avalanche and mud flow systems. After the reconstruction, the resort can accept up to 15,000 tourists simultaneously. This limit is recommended by experts in ecology of the Federal Agency of Environmental Protection, proceeding from the research of special features of the area. Such approach is also approved by the local population. The full estimate of work, including expenses on reconstruction of a hotel complex and lodging, modernization of the lifts, construction of the Olympic Alpine Skiing Base and trading entertainment complex shall constitute €2,500 million. The new zone will be built in mountains ranging from 1,200 to 2,352 meters above the sea level and will connect Biloy settlement and the city of Tırnavuz. Here in the gorges of rivers of Baksan, Gishgit and Konstanty, it is supposed to create the main mountain skiing resort. Special features of the landscape of this picturesque place ideally suit diverse mountain skiing trails. Inclination corner of the slopes here constitutes from 10 up to 20 degrees. The basic zones of skiing will be established on 4 slopes meeting below: Kitashi Natural Tract, Mount Kızılistan, the gorge of the River Kastani, Torguntaş Natural Tract. The total area of ski trails will make more than 250,000 hectares. Further, it can be increased due to developing new, less accessible slopes. Under the reconstruction plan, the small town of Turnhout will develop towards the settlement of Billoy. The basic construction will extend along the Baxan River. It is supposed to build a network of hotels of various comfort categories from 3 to 5 stars according to international standards. On this picturesque coast of Kastanti and Gishgit rivers, there will appear comfortable deluxe hotels, each with its own territory and infrastructure. The architectural decision shall take into account special features of national character. Prospective volume of the construction in the mountain zone shall constitute up to 1 million square meters. That will demand investments of 3 billion euro for the construction of the hotel complex and 6 billion euro for the construction of the dwelling and the territory accomplishment. At the initial stage, the resort can accept from 50 to 100,000 people in the long term. A network of lifts and cable cars of various types, starting with chairlifts up to cabins with generally up to 100 kilometers, will serve skiers and fans of leisure. It is also planned to create a major system of snowmaking and illumination, which will allow to use slopes at any time and any weather. The main street of the city of Turnhout will become the center of public life and resort. Here, office and administrative buildings, banks, trading and entertainment centers, including a multi-purpose office and training complex, will be constructed. By expert estimations, the development of mountain zone of Turnhout and Billoy will demand investments of 6 billion euro. The concept assumes active involvement of the local residents in operation and service of the resort. It is also planned to construct hospitals, drugstores, kindergartens and schools, which will allow to improve essentially living conditions of the local population and to raise the quality of their life. The total sum of expenses for the social program's development constitutes about 500 million euro. The construction of the resort would mean a significant change in the engineering infrastructure of the area, including the creation of new systems of power and water supply, sewage, heating systems and transportation. The development of the transportation systems means not only updating of the old roads, but also the construction of some new roads for more than 200 kilometers, including highways of the Minerani Vodi Baksan, Nalchik and Baksan Turnhout. The big stream of tourists will demand reconstruction of the airport in the city of Minerani Vodi, creation of the bus station, and also a construction of a new airport and a helicopter base and a logistic unit near the settlement of Baksan. According to the preliminary estimate, the resort power supply demands 400 megawatts. From them, 90 megawatts can be received due to the reconstruction of the existing hydroelectric power station and the construction of new cascades on the Baxan River. The additional 310 megawatts should be received from the external power supply sources. Among the large objects of the investment, it is also necessary to name the following targets: the development of an industrial zone in the city of Nalchik, hydraulic engineering works on the strengthening of the Baxan River bed, and a basic change of the technological process at the Turnhout mining plant. The total amount of capital investments necessary for the development of transportation, engineering, infrastructure and industrial enterprises shall constitute 5,600 million euro. The high mountain part of Mount Elbrus, always covered with snow, will allow to ski also in summer. All the necessary conditions for the creation of the Olympic alpine skiing base for all year-round training exist here. The Olympic sports base of the high mountain area will receive logical development also in the medium mountains. Considering some special characteristics of the physiological processes in the bodies of sportsmen, the Olympic sports base will also demand its development in the medium mountains near the city of Turnhout. The given question was repeatedly discussed by the Olympic Committee of Russia and leading sports federations, and the management totally approved it. Here, at the height of approximately 1,400 meters above the sea level, the construction of a multi-purpose sports complex, a skating ring with an artificial ice bath, a ski trail with a biathlon shooting ground and a stadium is planned. The expenses for the construction of the Olympic objects will constitute up to 65 million euro. spend €500 million in the area near Beloit-Turnhout. Picturesque alpine meadows, walking and horse tourists, rapid mountain rivers, mountain gorges will attract climbers, mountain cyclists and simply fans of mountain nature in summer. Mountaineering ascent on Mount Elbrus, which is 5,642 meters above the sea level, will become one of the most exotic attractions of the high mountain resort. The preliminary estimate of the necessary expenses for the creation of the environmental protection facilities will constitute €460 million. €4 billion will be necessary for the creation of the development of engineering infrastructure. According to the preliminary estimate, the total amount of investments necessary for the mastering, modernization and development of the resort in the Priэльбруссье region of Kabardino-Balkar Republic will make €16 billion. The development of the resort will significantly help to improve the living standards in the region. They will raise social status and income of the local population. These aims will coincide with the development strategy in the southern region of the Russian Federation.